your behavior change plan. What is this? What's this project about? And how's it going to be graded? All this we're going to cover here. When you go into Moodle, you'll notice that we have your behavior change plan. It's listed on the top of Moodle. Due dates are listed also at the top of the page. And if we scroll down, we can see directions on how the behavior change plan works. That's the video I'm making right now. And then we will also see, you'll also see directions. You'll see the rubric, and that's how it's going to be graded. And you see your very first turn-in link for this project. And so we're going to start here with the directions. What is this behavior change plan? And so when you get into the directions, it's going to look like this. This project is split into two parts. So there is going to be the first part, which is where you create a SMART goal. Remember, SMART means specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely. And so your goal needs to be a SMART goal, and that's part one. It's just creating a really good goal, because if your goal isn't a SMART goal, doesn't meet all those criteria, it's really hard to know if you've actually met that goal or not, because if you don't set a date and you reach that goal a month from now, that's great. But what if you reach that goal a year from now? Is that still good, or is that not what you wanted to accomplish? So your SMART goal is to help you reach whatever goal it is that you want in the time frame that you want, and actually see that accomplishment happening. And so the directions go through everything that you need to know. So I have an example here of a SMART goal and a behavior change plan. Now, because this is the example, you cannot use it. If you use this or something similar to this, you will receive a 0 on this project. I want you to create a goal that is specific to you, something that you in your life want to work on, and it help improve, make yourself a better person. And so you've already done the wellness wheel, and that kind of was a self-evaluation. And so maybe that can help you identify an area that you want to improve yourself. And so the SMART goal that I have for this class is I've gone through and given you some kind of bad examples and good examples, right? So I explain what SMART means and give you details on what that looks like. And so I have a bad example of a SMART goal being that I want to graduate from college. Now, is that smart? Like, is it a good idea? Yes, it's a good idea that you graduate from college and it will be helpful to you in your life, but that is not specific. I haven't shown you how I would measure it. It is attainable, but I haven't told you how it is. I haven't told you why it's relevant to me, and I have put no time frame on it, right? And so we need to include all those things in our SMART goal. Now, that being said, your SMART goal shouldn't be a paragraph long. You need to combine all this information into just one, maybe two sentences, a very small goal. And so here I want to graduate from NMC in the fall of 2028 with a degree in liberal arts, health, and PE emphasis, so that I can be one step closer to becoming a physical therapist. Now, in that original I want to graduate from NMC, maybe in my mind all of this made sense, and all of this was something that I was thinking, but I didn't specifically set it out, put a time frame on it, put what degree I wanted, put why I want this degree, and so all that information is important. Notice it's still in only one sentence, and so this SMART goal is what I would submit as my part one. Now, I do have a grading rubric, so you can see on Moodle, this rubric is there. this is how you will be graded on that part one. Your SMART goal needs to be specific, and so you need to include any details that are necessary, how you're going to measure this goal. Is it realistic? So, for example, if you say that you want to graduate from NMC in in one semester and it's your first semester, that's not attainable because you need way too many credits for that, right? The average person takes at least 4 semesters to graduate from NMC. And so that would not be considered attainable, graduating in just one semester. Why is it relevant to you? When is your goal going to start? When is it going to end? And then making sure that it's still only 1 to 2 sentences, very concise, very short, and that it's professionally written. Okay. Now, you'll submit that SMART goal and I will grade it. So I will go in and I will give you feedback on that SMART goal. And once you've gotten feedback, then if you did phenomenally, great, start on that behavior change plan, which is part 2. But if I gave you feedback and you didn't do so well, edit that goal, fix it, because your SMART goal is going to be part of your part 2 grade as well. Okay, I split it into 2 parts so I can make sure that you're on the right track and you're headed in the right path, and so that when you submit your final plan, you can get points for that SMART goal, and you can build a better plan if you have a better goal. Just splitting it into 2 parts to make sure you're headed in the right direction. And so part 2 is creating a behavior change plan. And a behavior change plan is you are simply going to make a plan. How can I reach my goal, and what behaviors in my life do I need to change to achieve that goal? Now, if it were simple and you could just say, I'm going to do it, or I need willpower to do this, then you would already do it. There would be no purpose of creating this plan. But some things in life are a little harder than that, right? And so a behavior change plan is where you make very small changes over time and slow changes. And this way that in whenever your goal is that you want to reach, you will have this big accomplishment, but having smaller goals that you can reach and you can achieve help you to stay on track, help you to stay focused, help you to stay motivated. Okay, so we're going to create a plan on how to change whatever it is that you want to change in your life to reach whatever goal it is that you want. So, for example, for my SMART goal. Again, in part 2, I'm including my SMART goal. Maybe you edit it, maybe you don't. That depends on what happened. But I will create a reward system. And so a reward system is, how will I reward myself along this journey? Okay, and so I have here that when I get a C or higher on my HE 150 test 1, I'm going to go get ice cream, because passing HE 150 will help me be on track to graduate, right? And so then I have, and maybe I found this date on the syllabus, and so I know when I need to accomplish this by. Then I have complete my number one, my first speech 1 week before it is due. That way I can practice it and I can do well in my speech class. And I'm going to get myself a new necklace because maybe I've been wanting a new necklace, right? So I'm putting forth rewards of some sort that I want, that I desire, and will help motivate me along the way, right? And so I have a bunch of different things listed here that I know I need to do to accomplish to reach my goal. And so some of these, the closer ones, are smaller goals because I know what those are. And you notice as I get a little further down, I have a little broader goals, like passing 15 credits in May of 2028. So next semester, I want to pass 15 credits. Maybe I don't know exactly the classes I will take yet, and so it's a little broader. But depending on your goal, you may know the exact steps that you need to take to reach them, and keep including all those details as far out as you can. Not knowing what you need isn't going to be an excuse for not having a good reward system. Idea here is that you spend time researching what it is you need to reach your goal. So if you need a certain certification, look up schools, look up organizations. Where can you get that certification? Start finding out how you can make your dream happen, how you can make whatever it is a reality. So I want you to spend time figuring out like what are specific details to help me reach my goal. Okay, so you're gonna have a reward system, small steps, small mini goals along the way that help you. And then it's not going to be easy, right? So we are brainstorming what are some challenges, what are some things that could go wrong along the way, um, and how can we overcome those things? So, for example, I have a good and bad example, right? So, a bad example would be I have hard classes, so I'm going to study more, right? I mean, in theory, that sounds lovely, right? But why aren't you already studying more, right? Like, if that were that simple, just study more, why wouldn't you have already done that, right? And so let's think about more specifically, what is it that's stopping you from studying more, right? So for example, maybe you play on your cell phone too much because notifications are popping up, or you're getting Instagram likes, or you're getting whatever on your phone, and you're on your phone too much. So maybe when you are studying for your classes, you're going to leave your phone in a separate room. Or maybe you'll set a time lock so you can't get into your phone for 30 minutes while you're focusing on that study. So get a little more specific and a little more detailed about what are things that can go wrong and what are solutions for them. Because things are going to go wrong. It's not going to be simple. It's not going to be easy. Things will go wrong, but that's okay. You can overcome them. You can overcome anything. And then you'll also need to include resources or things that you need to help you reach your goal. So, for example, to reach my goal of passing or graduating from NMC, I would need a laptop to do my schoolwork, right? I'll need the internet. Now, the internet does not count. That is too broad, right? So I know specifically for health and PE, I know that Khan Academy is a really good resource. I know that Biology Ninja is a really good resource that I can use. I know that the CDC is reliable and a good resource I can use. Moodle, because I'm currently here and have started some classes. I know Moodle is something I'm going to need to know how to use and navigate well, right? So I gave some specific places that will be helpful, right? And then just other tools and things that I'll need to be successful. So I want you to come up with lots of different tools that will help you to reach your goal. Okay. Now you'll notice that like some things here are in italics, right? I don't need you to give me a bad example. Okay. I want you to put together your behavior change plan. I just included what I was thinking and I described things along the way to help you understand how this would work. So now you can look at the behavior change plan. We can look at the behavior change plan rubric. We look at the behavior change plan rubric. It shows you exactly how you'll be graded. You'll get points, like I said, you'll get points again for having a SMART goal. So if when you first submitted it, you need to edit it, this is a chance to get points for creating a better SMART goal. You need to have a reward system. You need scheduled dates of when those will happen. You need to be specific about what qualifies as reaching that goal. You need to, and these need to be relevant to your goal. Some people in the past have put things that don't really relate to their goal. So make sure these are helping you reach your goal. You need to include at least 5 challenges and come up with 5 solutions for those challenges. And working harder isn't a solution because that's hard to do. What can you get and what can you do outside of just working hard to help you? You need resources that you're going to use to help you get to that goal, and you need to put it in some professional manner. I'm pretty flexible with what type of format you want to use. Be creative, make it something that's going to help you, but it does need to be in a logical and professional. I look forward to seeing what your goals and your plans to reach those goals are going to be. And I hope this helps you to become the person that you want to be or a little closer to it. So, looking forward to it.